Now Thoth took this particular crystal skull with him to Peru, and it was programmed with the keys and codes of the universe, or the sound keys of the universe, and it will start to be released so that people can work more readily with sound for healing, for moving objects, and in many, many ways that we don't yet fully comprehend. Of course, in 2012, many smaller portals will open. These do not carry the stellar connection or the Christ light, but they will profoundly affect the areas in which they are situated. And some other major portals, for example, the portal of Great Zimbabwe in Africa will open, and the portal of Table Mountain. And this will bring new abundance to Africa. South Africa is the spiritual solar plexus of the planet. Now, this means that it carries the fear for the planet. And when all the portals are open and the darkness within the land is released, then it will bring forward the golden wisdom for the planet. Now, Africa is connected to Mercury, the planet of, I never know whether to say planet or star or whatever, but it's connected with communication. So that after 2012 and after all the healing has taken place in Africa, by 2032, Africa will be spreading golden wisdom around the planet. There are going to be massive, massive changes everywhere. For example, Afghanistan is the third eye, the spiritual third eye chakra of the planet. It's interesting, isn't it, that lapis lazuli, the third eye stone, and emeralds, the stone which is connected with Archangel Raphael and carries the concretized energy of Archangel Raphael, are found in the mountains of Afghanistan. This is no coincidence. They are holding the energy of the spiritual third eye. But there has to be much cleansing in Afghanistan before that country can come into its true soul energy and power. And when it does, it will be amazing, and new golden cities will be formed there and influence the world. Now, every single person who opens and clarifies their third eye will affect what happens in Afghanistan, because there is no separation. As people awaken, bring forward their enlightenment, then the planetary chakras connected with them also have to open and be cleansed and awaken. In my book 2012 and Beyond, I give information about what is forecast to happen throughout the world, about the weather, the climatic conditions, the economic situations, the political situations, and also what's going to happen to the fifth dimensional people. Firstly, the cleansing of the planet. In that transition period of 20 years, between 2012 and 2032, every single dark place on the planet will be cleansed. This is why it's so important for individuals to open their own 12 chakras, to bring the light of Source through them into the earth and cleanse the earth wherever they go. When you do this, you'll automatically find that you're sent to different areas so that your light comes through and starts to cleanse that area. The more people that do this, the easier the transition will be for everybody. So people are called on to make their own purification and spiritual growth, not just for themselves and their own soul journey, but right now for the whole planet. Some places, of course, we can recognize are going to be cleansed because they carry a lot of darkness. I mean, for example, Iraq is a very dark place. And yet, where it used to be Mesopotamia, and the portal of Mesopotamia opens, there is huge wisdom and light to emerge. So every dark part of the world is going through a journey to wholeness and light. In Russia, for example, there are 5 huge cosmic portals opening. And these are going to be tremendously influential on opening up the Russian people. There will be much flooding in Russia as this snow and ice starts to melt. And this is part of the purification. It also means that they will have to receive help from outside. And as soon as they open up to this help, and this applies to all the countries in the world, as soon as they open up to international help, and they start to see not just the differences, but they start to see how we're all the same inside, then a big healing shift will take place on the planet. Wow, it's going to be wonderful to be here. There's just so much opportunity ahead, as long as we treat it all as an opportunity and a lesson. For example, China. Huge, huge country that doesn't trust the West. They don't think the West is spiritual. And so there is this gap between us. And when the light comes in 2012, many of the people will open up psychically. And of course, this means they'll see elementals and angels. They'll see the spirits of the departed. They'll start to be aware that there are other dimensions around us. And when this happens, they'll ask questions.